A stable, comfortable, and happy life to you all. This video is about how to become a work-at-home mom. This is the second part of the 4-video series. Before we continue, you can subscribe today and click the bell button now to get notified of our new video.
The potential pitfalls. Working at home can bear a number of rewards that make the venture extremely worthwhile. From finances to your own fears of isolation, working at home all the time is not necessarily rainbows and sunshine every day. You'll have good days and bad days. You'll even face roadblocks that stand in your way of even getting started. Mothers can thrive under these circumstances because the situation does give them the best of both worlds. As fantastic as working at home can be, there are some potential pitfalls. Understanding what they are can prepare you to face them head-on and win. While not everyone will experience the same cons working at home, some of the more common issues that could crop up include such things as failure to balance. Some work-at-home mums have a little trouble getting into the swing of balancing career and personal life issues. Whether they spend too much time working or not enough, failing to strike a balance can have the potential to lead to disappointment in one arena, the other, or both. Isolation. As was discussed earlier, some at-home careers can be a bit lonely in the grand scheme of things. Guilt. While the whole idea of working at home very often involves having more time for the family, work needs to be on the priority list too. This means there will be times mums just have to say no or go about their business even when a 3-year-old is pitching a tantrum. The long and the short of this reality is that sometimes mums will feel guilt for not being there even when they are. Lack of professionalism. In some areas of work, background noises found in a home can be a little embarrassing and may even come off as unprofessional. Talking on the phone to a client while a child has a fit or a dog barks loudly in the background just doesn't sound as professional as many would like. Overdoing. The danger of working at home often lies in not being able to leave work at the end of the day. With this in mind, many work-at-home mums tend to overdo to their detriment. While this might be great for the business, burning out can happen if anyone works around the clock and fails to unwind, relax and breathe once in a while. Letting oneself go. While it is certainly nice to be able to roll out of bed in the morning and report to the office, this can be a double-edged sword. It's all too easy to still be sitting in that bathrobe at 6 p.m. on an ordinary Tuesday. This can have a negative impact on self-esteem. While the pitfalls are very real, there are ways to face them down and win. No matter the challenge, having a good plan in place for coping can make a difference. Family resistance. Family resistance can also be an issue when you're considering the idea of becoming a work-at-home mum. As I stated in the first chapter, family support is crucial. If you don't have their full support, you could be in trouble. Here are some tips for overcoming the issues that may arise. Highlight the benefits. Make sure your partner fully understands what your working at home can mean for your family. While you'll have duties to tend with, you will ultimately be more available for your family. Talk up the potential savings. Point out how much you'll be saving in gas, lunches out, fast food dinners and childcare. These expenses can add up very fast and even may offset any losses you'd face from leaving your present job, if that's your intent. Many mums discover they spend just about as much as they make at work on these expenses that can be eliminated from a budget sheet if you work at home. Highlight the possible earnings. Make sure your family knows you've done your homework on your business idea. Show them the earnings protections, the potential clients, and so on. If you've clients signed on already, this can be a quick mind changer for certain. Give it a trial run. If your partner just isn't sure you can pull it off, prove it. Start your business on a part-time basis and grow it with care. Once it's off the ground, transitioning and not jeopardizing the family's income will be possible. Keep in mind your partner likely supports your decision 100%, but might fear the what-ifs. This is okay. Just prove to your partner and yourself that it can be done. Family resistance is generally very easy to overcome. If you've done your homework, you should be able to sell your plan pretty well. If you're like most people, however, the hardest sell job will be with yourself. You have to believe you can do it to make a successful go at being a work-at-home mum. One of the biggest obstacles you'll face on this front to deal with is isolation. Financial roadblocks. Perhaps the biggest obstacle that will stand in the way of opening a home-based business is the money issue. This might not apply if you're going to become a telecommuter for your existing company or another one. Should you be starting from scratch, however, it can be a huge roadblock to overcome. To give yourself the best footing to start on, do look at that budget closely as suggested before. If you find you fall short, these tips can help you come up with the seed cash you need to make a serious go at your dream. The savings plan. This can take longer than the other options for overcoming cash flow problems, but it can put you on better financial footing over the long haul. Rather than borrow money, this obstacle buster simply requires that you start building your business nest egg on your own. You can do this by remaining in your regular job and saving money from your checks. You can also consider launching your business part-time at night to build up cash, contacts and income. The latter option keeps your day job money coming in and can add to it with the part-time venture. Overall, this is a pretty prudent way to overcome money issues. Loans. Small business loans, mortgage refinances, second mortgages and other lending options might be available to seed your business. This route can jumpstart your dream and give you cash in the bank to live off for a time too. The danger here is that you will have to make repayments. Essentially, funding a business with loans involves starting out with the books in the red. Still, if your business idea is good enough and your skills are high enough, it can be a great way to go. Grants. It's sometimes possible to obtain grants to open a small business. This will depend a lot on what you plan on doing. If you are eligible for grants, they are well worth applying for. The fact is, grants can give you money you need without involving repayments. Government and foundation grants may both be available. Do look into the option, but plan on a big application process. If you are successful in getting grants, make sure the money goes exactly where you said it would too. Doing otherwise can get you into a lot of hot water. Investors. Family, friends or other acquaintances might want to get in on your business on the ground floor. While this is probably the least recommended option, it can fuel your business dreams rather quickly. Do count on having to pay back these loans or offering up a piece of your business to these partners. Money issues can always be overcome if you have the determination to make it so. Consider your options and move forward with the choice or choices that work best in your case. Overcoming obstacles. While obstacles will stand in the way of any business venture, some of the hurdles for at-home businesses are a little different. There are ways to combat each and every one. When you have an arsenal of weapons at your disposal, you can clear the path to success. These tips can prove very effective for helping work-at-home mothers face down and conquer any stumbling block that stands in the way. Establishing set hours for most days. While flexibility is important, having a schedule that is stuck to on a regular basis can be as well. When you put your foot down about working hours and try to maintain a schedule, it is easier to strike a balance that will work in your life. Creating a home office. Even if it's a closet that you stake out as your own, having a room with a door to retreat to for business calls and serious deadline work can be a lifesaver. By all means, get the laptop so you can work in the living room as your family buzzes around you, but have a haven to go to when it's needed the most. Doing this, by the way, can even help on your taxes, so it's smart from a few standpoints. Having babysitter backups. If you're going to be a work-at-home mum with young children, it's imperative to have sitters or daycare lined up for when it's needed the most. It won't matter if your business is sales-related or service, there will be some days that you just cannot be available to your family. Assigning tasks. If your children are older, an at-home business can become everyone's jobs. Assign children chores and tasks they can perform to help out. These can include business-related functions or even just putting the kids on dish duty to free you up to finish evening calls. A little work never hurt anyone, and kids who pitch in to help make a family function well learn valuable lessons along the way. Focus on the prize. Saying no to the third trip to the park during a sunshiny week can be hard, but doing so can be important. When your children see you working hard for your family, they can learn by example. Installing a strong work ethic early can put youngsters on their own path to success. Establish a dress code. Deadlines aside, getting up and getting dressed for work, even if you're just moving from your bed to the computer, is important. This can help you feel better about yourself and keep you motivated and projecting successful vibes in the process. Opportunities for skilled workers. We've already established you've been working in a professional career for some time. This gives you a bit of an advantage when it comes to exploring your options. You have skills in place that very likely could translate into a telecommuting career or a whole new business venture that's all your own. Now is the time to really explore your options and decide how you can make working at home work for you. If you don't want to take your current skill set into a new business venture, don't sweat it. There are options out there that will require only very little retraining time. Some business ideas are rather intuitive too, so don't think you have to be pigeonholed into doing what you do now, unless, of course, you want to. Let's take a look at a few of the options that you can open the door on. Telecommuting for your existing employer. If you've been working for your existing employer for a time and love the job but want to stay at home, telecommuting just might work for you. Should your employer already use telecommuters, you'll have a leg up. If not, take the time to discuss this with your supervisor and his or her superiors. Telecommuting is becoming more accepted in major workplaces. There are even a number of Fortune 500 companies that allow their employees to work from home all the time or part of the time. The benefits of taking your work home and staying with your existing company can be extensive. They include no learning curve. If you do at home what you already do in the office, the learning curve will be non-existent. This is a great way to have your cake and eat it too. Extension of benefits. If you do stay employed with your present company, you won't lose out on any benefits offered. This can be a very big deal for some families, so don't discount the value. Guaranteed income. Your family won't lose a dime if you telecommute. In fact, it could end up making more thanks to the cost savings of working at home that we've already discussed. This can be a huge perk for you and your family. It can also work well as a tool to use in convincing your family that working at home is right for you. Telecommuting does have its pros, but there are a few cons to consider too. If you do choose to stay with your existing employer, you will be restricted to a set salary. Chances are your hours will also be monitored. This can take away from some of the freedoms you hope to enjoy by working at home. Carefully consider the ups and downs of this choice before proceeding. There are other options out there. Consulting in your field. OK, so maybe you don't want to work for your current employer any longer. Or maybe you've discovered your company just won't allow telecommuting for whatever reason. Don't take this as a roadblock you can't get past. If you've built up your skills in a particular field, you might be able to transition yourself into a consultant position. Should you decide to strike out as a consultant, you might be able to work for your company on your terms. Keep in mind, however, that you will lose on-staff status. This also means, however, that you can consult for other firms that can benefit from your knowledge, experience and skills. Consultants are in high demand in a variety of fields, from legal and operational consultants to design, management and beyond. Many companies call on an outside set of eyes on a regular basis. Many are also willing to pay a very pretty penny for professional consultants. If you do want to transition into a consultant position, consider these things to jumpstart your effort. Approach your existing company. Depending on your skills, this can be the fastest way to enjoy a solid consulting contract. Your company may delight in the idea of taking you off the payroll and saving on the benefits, but still having your skills available. Join trade organisations. To find other opportunities, make sure you join trade organisations and keep up with meetings, publications and even online want ads these groups put out. This can be a great way to find jobs in your field on a consulting basis. Get on government bid lists. Make sure to get yourself listed as a vendor with city, county, state and federal agencies that might benefit from your skills. Government consulting contracts can supercharge careers and offer steady income. There are ways to stay in your existing field and use the skills you've honed over time to earn you money from home. If you want a complete change, however, there are ways to make it happen with little or no retraining. Of course, you can always retrain and launch anew if you want to enter a new field altogether. Writing your future. One of the more steady and lucrative options out there for work-at-home mums with professional backgrounds involves writing for a living. Freelance writers are in high demand in just about every field imaginable. As more companies take their businesses online, they need people to write their content, update their blogs, craft special reports, and so on. This option can enable you to work in your existing field, per se, and it can allow you to branch out to other interests as well. If you want to get into writing as your new business venture, you will need to have some basic skills. Beyond being able to string a sentence together, it will be necessary that you have a decent writing style, understand grammar, and be able to handle the pressures of deadlines. Some of the options available to freelance writers include blogging, report writing, public relations writing, search engine optimization, content creation, and technical writing. Writing for a living can be an exciting and rewarding career choice. For work-at-home mums who can write, the possibilities are almost limitless. Become a freelance editor. As a freelance editor, you can work at home. Editors work with large companies or webmasters that need help proofreading the content they put on their websites. There are always people looking for editors to proof ebooks, press releases, sales letters, and even content that is supplied by multiple numbers of writers. Editor positions range in pay from $10 an hour to almost $40 an hour. This depends on the size of the project and the company or person who hires you. Freelance editors will do various duties, but the majority of the work is reviewing and editing articles and other documents. It's not uncommon for an editor to work from home to have multiple clients. This way you have a consistent flow of work. You may also have different pay scales for each client. Not all clients offer the same amount of money, although you can negotiate the price before taking any project. Some mums work outside, at kids' sporting events and even while waiting for the doctor's appointment. This is the perfect job for someone that needs flexibility and has kids running around all day. Graphic design from home. Graphic designers are in great demand with today's internet world. Businesses offline see graphic designers as a valued asset to their marketing and development needs. Online, this value is taken much more seriously. Every business online requires some form of graphic design for their site. Every marketer needs a graphic designer to aid in his or her marketing efforts and ad designs. The graphic designer helps to create the brand and maximise recollection properties for it. What's more impressive about the job is that it can be done from home. Website developers need a graphic designer to help create unique designs for clients. Bloggers need the services to help further the visibility of their blogs and information. With latterly millions of websites already online and hundreds more going up daily, the services of a graphic designer will always be on demand. Data entry and other similar options. Writing might not be your thing, but that doesn't mean you can't put keyboarding skills to work for you. Data entry positions and other related jobs are always in high demand in freelancers and telecommuters. Having a professional background can be a big boost for breaking into these fields too. You'll see this job option on the Opportunities for Unskilled Workers section as well, because it's really a versatile field. Your education background will give you a slight edge to who you can data clerk for, so it's worth mentioning twice. Some of the related fields to consider beyond data entry include medical billing, medical transcription, working as an online personal assistant, and billing agent. Sales and beyond. If your skills lie in the area of sales, you'll find a world of possibilities open to you. The reality is that selling is one of the easiest ways to get into a business, but it can be one of the hardest to succeed at. Still, if you're good at it, the sky will be the limit. Should sales sound good to you, related options include working as a representative. Big established companies that sell housewares, cosmetics and other similar products recruit salespeople all the time. In these cases, salespeople are independent contractors that set their own hours, work their own territories, and so on. This can be a great way to enjoy owning a business without having to reinvent the wheel. Franchise possibilities. This is another great way to go if you do want to own your own business and reap all the rewards. Franchises can give your business instant recognition and the support you need to get off on the right footing. Other possibilities. It's possible to turn a hobby into a business, create a product to produce and sell, launch a website, and so on. These options can rely on the skills you already have or enable you to develop new ones to go on a different path entirely. Don't leave any stone unturned on this front if you want to do something entirely different. The possibilities for working at home really are limited only by your imagination. Whether you want to stay in your existing field or branch off in a new direction entirely, there are ways to make your work at home's dreams become reality. Just take the time to truly explore your options, do your homework, and see what road works best for you and your family. If retraining or new skills are needed, relax. You can pick up training a little easier than you might think. Opportunities for unskilled workers. It doesn't matter whether you've never worked a day in your life or you're going to leave a long-term post, there are opportunities out there that just about anyone can take advantage of. Working at home and being successful at it doesn't mean you have to have a 4-year degree, a ton of specialised skills or a bank full of money. What you do need is a good idea and the drive to pull it off. There are a variety of opportunities for unskilled or slightly skilled workers. Some of these options include such things as sales. There are a variety of sales-related businesses you can explore that will enable you to base operations out of your home. Many companies that rely on at-home mums to sell their products will provide the training you need to succeed. It's also possible to buy into a franchise territory for certain products. Just make sure you can get behind a product before you try to jump into selling it. If you aren't sold, clients won't be either. Online sales. Many an at-home mum has made a successful living selling items through online storefronts or through virtual auction sites. Whether you create items personally or do a lot of garage and estate sale purchasing, this option is fairly easy to explore. It can pay off with a lucrative part or full-time income too. Data entry. If you can use a computer and type with any degree of accuracy, you will find a bevy of opportunities available for the skills you do have. Even if you're not the world's greatest typist, there are ways to hone the skill enough to make this freelance opportunity pay off. As more companies outsource functions such as data entry, many work-at-home mums are finding this niche suits them perfectly. Telemarketing. It's often possible to land freelance and even on-staff positions with telemarketing firms that rely on at-home workers. This type of job won't require a highly specialised skill set. If you can talk on the phone clearly, get your message across, and be pleasant in the process, you should be set. Personal product service development. Many work-at-home mothers stumble into their own niche based on their own personal hobbies. Some businesses that are home-based and have sprung out of unique ideas or products include such things as crafting, online sales, customized clothing production with online storefronts, soap and candle making, and more. The options are limited only by imagination. Personal assistance. Some work-at-home mums run errands for others, work in a virtual setting to take the load off office staffers, and more. The personal assistant field can be very interesting to explore in either the local or online arenas. The potential here is growing as more businesses outsource and more employees fear taking time off to get personal projects accomplished. Childcare. In-home daycares are a popular choice for mothers who want their children in homey, nurturing environments. This option can be an excellent one for an in-home business. As a mother, you have many of the skills already required for the job. Writing. If you can string sentences together with ease, there are opportunities available for freelance writers. While you may lack some of the skills for certain jobs, there are projects out there that can be had by beginners. Many blogging jobs, for example, require everyday people to do the writing. This means only a good writing voice and basic skills will be required. Online tutoring. You may need a degree or specialised training for this, but this field does present some unique opportunities. Reaching out to tutor students online can be an excellent way to earn a living and gain the benefits of at-home work at the same time. Customer service. Some companies are turning to virtual call centres to handle their customer service. In many cases, these call centres will hire home-based workers to handle shifts of incoming calls. While this type of job will require set hours, it can still provide the scheduling flexibility parents often require. Plus, some call centres might offer true full-time work with benefits to telecommuters. This can be a bonus if you don't want to launch your own business to work at home. Review products. Mums enjoy working at home and caring for their families while making some money. They work for clients that need bloggers on a daily basis, or they design blogs for themselves while relying on Google AdSense and affiliate links to make money. Some people laugh when they hear how blogging mums make money, but the truth is that there is money to be made blogging for yourself. You do have to know how to attract traffic and how to present your affiliate links and Google ads to make money. Real estate. While short-term training and licensing are required for this field, many who enter this arena find they are able to work at home much of the time. Transcription. For those who do have a knack for the keyboard, this can be an incredible field to enter. With only a basic amount of training, standard transcription jobs can be tackled at home. With a more in-depth course of study, higher-paying medical transcription contracts can be obtained as well. The opportunities for working at home are virtually endless, with jobs that range from those that never require you to leave the house to those that might have you out and about making sales calls on your own schedule. Your choices are not limited even if your basic skill set happens to be so.
Thank you for listening and watching this audiobook. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, make a comment, and share. You can now subscribe today and click the bell button to get notified of our new video.